In this video, we will cover the various functions and features of the NanoCounter app. Before we get started, make sure that you have created an account on the Onterra dashboard and that you have downloaded the app successfully. We will start with going over some of the basic functions and later get into smaller details and features. Let's start with adding a graph. Add Graph allows you to view 3 plots: live data, translocations, or an individual event. Live data lets you visualize the baseline current. The translocation plot shows you a scatter plot of all of your translocations as they are detected by the software. The event graph will show the profile of an individual translocation when it is selected from the translocation plot. In the left side panel, you will find Strip ID. The strip ID is a 5-character number located on the handle of your test strip. For the calibration strip, write CalST. Active buffer. Here, you will input information about your buffer. Let's enter the startup buffer. You can give your buffers a name and enter as much information about them as you know. The conductivity is the most important field. The software uses buffer conductivity to calculate pore size, so make sure that you are inputting this number correctly. The Pore Statistics panel gives live updates of various pore metrics. For more information about these metrics, consult our glossary. Let's insert a calibration strip. Calibrate will calibrate the current through the pore. After calibration, your EMF offset will change. Calibrate before running pore evals and before recording sample data. The on-off switch turns voltage on and off. The voltage is automatically set to 100 millivolts, but can go to 500 millivolts. Change voltage polarity by adding a negative sign. When detection is turned on, translocations that hit the detection threshold will be detected and plotted. When detection is off, nothing will plot. When record is turned on, data you collect will be saved to the portal, as well as locally on your machine. Zap will apply pulses of high voltage to the pore. Zap is used to clear clogs. Zap voltage is set to 4 volts by default, but can go from 1 to 8 volts using the arrows on the side. The Pore Eval button will take you to a pore eval. The Condition button will take you to the conditioning screen. For more information about these functions, watch our NanoPore setup video or consult our written user guides. In the Experiments panel, you can create and edit an experiment. An experiment will group a set of samples together on your portal. A given experiment must be completed using the same test strip and the same running buffer. If you want to change the running buffer or use a different test strip, you must finish the current experiment and then start a new one. Select Setup Experiment. If you click Skip Setup, the software will generate an experiment with a random name and project. Create a name for the project and experiment. Select the buffer that you will be working with. Notes are optional, but add some if you wish. Select Add Buffer if you're doing a buffer run. Select Add Reagent if you are testing a sample. You can edit the name of a reagent by clicking on the arrow to the left of the name. You can also input a dilution factor, concentration, or notes. To change the color, click the circle next to the name and select a color from the slider. Let's start recording. We'll create some fake data by tapping on the test strip handle. When looking at a reagent on the translocation plot, you can show or hide that reagent by clicking on its name in the legend on the right. Clicking on a dot will show you the event profile of that specific translocation. These plots are set to auto rescale, but auto rescale can be turned off if you wish. Auto rescale is most helpful for the live data, but you may find that you want to zoom in or out of your translocation plot. When you uncheck Auto Rescale, buttons will appear that allow you to translate and zoom the plot axes. When you are done with a set of samples, click Finish Experiment to add final experiment notes. After the experiment is finished, the plot and reagents will disappear. If you want to continue looking at the plot, do not finish the experiment. Take a screenshot if you need to move on to a new experiment. The software will then prompt you to take a final eval, which you can skip if you wish. You can customize the appearance of the app by going into Preferences. Here, you can select colors for the parameters in Pour Statistics or in the Pour eval. Select the category. Let's go with a Pour eval. Then select the property. Let's go with Pour Size. Use the slider to select a color. You can choose to have the color change for certain value ranges. Let's say you want the pour size to be colored green in the eval when it is within passing parameters. Click Add Options, enter those values, and select a green color from the slider. Let's say you also want the pour size to appear red when it is outside of passing parameters. Select Add Options again, enter those values, and select a red color from the slider. Continue to add options until you are satisfied with the level of customization. In the Experiments browser, you can view old experiments and use test strips. Click on the experiment ID to view details about the experiment. You can also export metadata to a CSV file from this view. If you would like to export metadata from multiple experiments at the same time, go back to the list view in the Experiments browser. Select the check marks next to the experiments which you would like to view. Select the Export button. One CSV file will be saved with information about all of these experiments. You can do the same for strips. The Upload queue allows you to see if your data files have been synced to the portal. Green arrows mean that a file has been uploaded. Red arrows mean that a file is still in the upload process. If you aren't seeing a file on your portal, check the Upload queue to see if it has been synced or not. It may take a few minutes, depending on your internet connection. Thanks for watching. If you still have questions about the software or workflow, please consult our other videos and user guides, or email support@ontera.bio.